Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's in your pockets? What are you carrying? I got to know. Whew. Well, aren't we a chatty bunch? D. Letterman. How's it going, Dwayne? What's in your pockets? What are you carrying? I got to know. Okay, so, oh, look at that. Get everybody seasick. Yeah, so, what's everybody carrying? What'd you have for dinner? I had, what did I have for dinner? Let me think, hang on. It was good. It's, oh, well, I was going to say, oh, I had a fat ass pork chop and mashed potatoes and a Caesar salad. That's what I had for dinner tonight. it was that the pork chop was that thick. Seriously, it was good. And what I'm carrying today is right here. This is what oh, let me turn off that chat, because that shouldn't be on. That shouldn't be on either. I'm turning off the chats for all the screens I'm going to be using. There we go. Boom. There we are. Dwayne Letterman just carried his concept nettle today. That's all? Wow. Well, this isn't all I didn't carry all these in one day. I carried these for the last week. Sorry, I'm trying to get my chair adjusted. Now that'll have to do. Let me push that in. Okay, that's better. All right, so this is what I carried this week. This is the Sativian ST270. I posted an unboxing for this today, and it is actually in the it is set for members first, so only members can see it for now, but in a couple days it should post to the public. But that's a wicked looking knife, isn't it? So the first knife on the list. Second is this this is the Alton's Lemon Shark with purple acrylic scales. This is the Tacnized Viper review on done this week, and it's been posted. I also carried the Kaiser Renaissance. It's a smaller knife and very, very light. Has that paper micarta. I forget what it's called, but very, very light I like the way it snaps open. And then the Sativian 272. This S90V with shred carbon fiber and titanium handles. And the Tack Knives Beast. I might keep this one short today. Jeez. Got nobody in here. Mr. Mouse. Good to see ya. Welcome to the nest. What's in your pockets? What are you carrying? I got to know. Okay, so this is an exciting chat. You're carrying nothing? That is not very exciting. What else I got going? Well, finally got new pivot screws for this Megaron vane. So I'll be drilling these out, the pivot screws out, so I can tune up this knife. Last time I was flicking the knife around the pupper, she jumped at the blade. Oh, that's so good. Monster Hunter, welcome to the nest. What's in your pockets? What are you carrying? Well, I think you might be disappointed. The chat is lacking today. I might be giving up these late night live streams. But yeah, I'm about to sharpen a knife. Sharpen a brand new knife that hasn't seen the light of day yet. A little 5-pound Yorkie. Nice. They're cute when they're that tiny, when they're that small. Very cute. I accidentally bumped my glasses. There we go. All right. So yeah, Monster Hunter, you might be disappointed. Because I play off the chat, and if there ain't no chat, there ain't nothing to play off. I hear you, Dwayne. Just usually on these verticals, they start off pretty damn strong and then peter out. The last week and this week has been somewhat disappointing. I thought last week was, well, a fluke, and you know, it was late. Didn't start until 11:30 my time. 2:45 your time. But yeah, I started at just after Big Red ended. I have a Remet Two-Face in M390, a Tuya Wrath B2, and a S90V. That's enough. Yeah, that is enough. For sure. Good carry. So what do y'all think about all these knife companies being called out for their hardness? Got a Herman Sting on Friday. I'm not familiar with the Sting, but Hermans are nice. Better made. What up, doe? Nice. Well, thank you for popping in. I completely missed G-Ball tonight. Excuse me. I was, hey, Colleen Tex. That's my murr. Welcome to the nest. What's in your pockets? What are you carrying? Oh, yeah. So I was chillaxing today, this evening. Well, a little bit. I had to do all kinds of sort of things, and I recorded 2 openings, 2 unboxings, which are set for members first, and they'll premiere, or not premiere, because I didn't set them for premiere, because I don't know what the hell that's about. What the difference is between the premiere and just, you know, having a review. So those will go public this week, and I'll have a couple more reviews and maybe a tune-up or 2 to post this week. Has to be done to keep the playing field honest. What has to be done to keep the playing field honest, Monster Hunter? And by the way, out of curiosity, what's the YZ6FE stand for? Does it stand for anything, or is it just some random characters? Monster Hunter. I'm going to start setting up for a sharpening. Agreed. Too many Benchmade has rested on there. Oh, I see what you're saying. God, duh. Yeah. But, the problem I'm having is not the fact that it's being done. The fact that some of the crap is actually being blown out of proportion, I think. YouTubers trying to make a stink to some YouTubers trying to make a stink to get popularity. That is the problem I have. What's in the pocket today? I'm carrying a zipper with black ceramic, black, and a custom nip L. I changed out the pocket clip, pivot collars, and the back spacer. It's a reddish purple model with purple hardware. Nice. Very nice. Well, the thing about it is, you know, cheaters are going to cheat. And that's going to happen. And it's going to happen every once in a while. That we can't do anything about because, you know, we just can't. And I can see making a deal of it, but I think it's being blown way the fuck out of proportion. Pardon my French. And it's always the same YouTubers. Just saying. You know, like some of the knives that were been tested were old knives, and samples of one. The sample one means nothing, at all. You know, you could always have a bad one out of the bunch. You know how they batch treat, heat treat, how they batch anything. Matt Maurer, welcome to the nest. What's in your pockets? What are you carrying? I gots to know. That's true, Mr. Mouse. Absolutely true. And, you know, that's true. Now that's bad, Betamaid. That is true. I'm actually surprised there aren't lawsuits, to tell you the truth. Because, yeah, just not getting the steel that you're paying for, as opposed to, like, say you get S90V. But it's actually Chinese S90V. Is it really S90V? Or are you okay with a Chinese equivalent? Or M90, M390, or any of those super steels, or any steel for that matter. If somebody said a knife is 154 cm, and it ended up being the Chinese equivalent. But to be completely honest, I wouldn't really know. I'm still new to collecting knives. Just bought my first knife over two. Understood. $200 knife's a big step. And I've only jumped over that line a couple times. Most of my knives are $150 less or less, and anything over $100 is few and far between. Most of my knives I've purchased for under $100. Great time to get collecting, Betamaid. Yes, it is, because the knives are freaking fantastic. I have to tell you, I think a couple of these knife companies need to really slow down a bit with producing. There we go. I think that should show. No, not that one. No one wants to see my crotch and legs. Oop. Don't want to see my face. Might have to adjust that screen. Great time. Betamaid, the Nip L was $249. Yeah, I think the Nip L was. Personally, I think the Nip L is a little overpriced, to tell you the truth. What's the blade steel on the Nip L? I forget. Yeah, but, you know, a difference that makes no difference is no difference, as Spock had said. Or was it Sherlock Holmes? Yes, but it is a sexy knife. Yeah, it is a nice knife. That no doubt about that. You know, you can't. I'll tell you, Devo makes some fire. I actually have a Devo knife right here that I just modded this week, and this is my growler, mini growler, and I put some said Stevie Lynch Northwest clip, and changed out the collar hardware. It's not showing out much, as for some reason the color's off, but that's actually a nice blue. The collar ring, or the pivot ring, pivot collar. That's it. Ooh! And once I get a power supply, I am going to anodize the hardware to be, or try to get the hardware the same color as this pivot collar. Oh, LMAX, gotcha. You know, I don't have an LMAX knife yet. Excuse me, out of the hundreds of knives, I have no LMAX. Oh, then again, there's a lot of blade steels I don't have. Because I am not made of money. With tie scales, gotcha. Can't go wrong with Devo, I can tell you. I can tell you that. But one of the problems I have with Devo, Jack Wolf knives, and you can even say that this for KC. Now, mind you, KC swears up and down that his, you know, the only reason why his drops are small is because, you know, he pays for them out of pocket. But, you know, that's how every company starts. And you need to get to the point where you're not paying out of pocket. You're paying out of money that you made from the previous knives, and then so on and so forth. And then you can have bigger and bigger drops. What I hate are some companies that are doing small drops to elicit FOMO. They are purposely preying on us, knife lovers, to make a buck. And I mean, you know, I'm not saying that the knives aren't worth buying, but to keep the amounts low, so you buy the next knife, or you buy the next knife, or you buy the next knife. That, you know, I suppose it's dealer's choice. Ooh, something I forgot to do. We're gonna chat a little longer before I start this knife sharpening thing, because I forgot to charge my Axicube, my angle finder. So we'll charge the angle finder a bit, and then we'll get started. You know what I'm saying, Zan? Oh, I'll pick that up later. I do sharpen knives. I generally do this sharpening late night. I plan on doing some sharpening videos, doing a little teaching. So, but yeah, these late knives, I show knife maintenance, how to tune up your knife or sharpen your knife. Wow, that jumped. That was weird. My first, what I would say is an expensive. Have a good night, brother. My wife is calling. Have fun. Well, you have a good night. Good rest of the weekend there, Monster Hunter. We'll see you on the next one. Oh. Better made. I have been thinking about getting into sharpening knives. I have a couple that are not very sharp at all. From what I have learned, may have a burr or two on them. Well, for that, you might want to just get a ceramic rod or a ruby rod so you can deburr. This is how I deburr my knives. So I use these. It's the new type of steel. You know, well, the steel rod that they have in the kitchen, and you usually see chefs do this. Oh, why the hell is that off? Hang on. I don't know why you can't see me. There we go. So you go like this. You know, the chefs have no idea what the hell they're doing. At least most of them. Oh, so you, let's see, blah, blah, blah. Hey, Chad, if I talk too much, just tell me to shut up. I know that I talk too much. Well, you know, you're the, Moss Honor. See you tomorrow on the live streams. Better Made, you're the only chat in town. That's all right. I need to have somebody to talk to. Otherwise, I'm just talking to myself, and that's no fun. But what I'm going to do here is I am going to shut my camera off there. I'll put out a knife or two. Actually, let me put out the knife we're going to sharpen. Let me see where I put it. This is a brand new knife. This is the first time I've pulled it out of the box. This is going to be a giveaway knife. I'm thinking I'll be giving this knife away, as well as several others when I hit 1,000 subscribers. Right now I'm at 702. Woohoo! Thank you, Big Red. But we're gonna sharpen this magnificent beast. Me too. I'm waiting for, well, I'm hoping that I'll have the funds for the big boy. I used to have a toy, I used to have a tall boy. I ended up selling it to get another knife, and I don't regret that. But I still wish I had that tall boy. I really loved it. Had it been in the colorway that I wanted, it would have never left. It would have never got sold. But such is life. I also had a Fireball, a Devo Fireball. Sold that to get another knife I really, really wanted. The Fireball I do miss. It was an 80s camo carbon, which is my favorite camo carbon, or carbon based knife, carbon fiber based knife. Scale, but unfortunately it had to go. It's c'est la vie. Speaking of c'est la vie, where the hell's the local Frenchman? Leon Netnior. He's usually around, although it might be a little later. He might stop in. All right, I got the knife in. Oh, got to tighten that up, but I still need to check the. I'm still learning what knives I like and don't like. I'm not a fan of micarta and crossbar locks. What about micarta don't you like? And I can understand crossbar locks. I am not a big fan of crossbar locks myself. I'm going to take the chat with me, and I'm going to go out and burn the smoke. So we can be still chatting while I am having a smoke. But what about micarta don't you like? I love micarta. As long as it's not the real hard micarta. I like how the stuff feels soft and it's very grippy, especially when wet. I don't like the feel of it or how it changes color the more you carry it. Oh, that's what some of the people really like the most, is the patina. You know, and then it becomes not just one knife out of a many. It becomes, you know, your knife. No two knives will end up looking the same as long as you let it patina itself. That's what a lot of people enjoy about micarta. Myself, I don't care about that so much, as I do like to feel. It feels soft, kind of soft but hard. But when it's wet, it gets grippy. Well, Better Made, I can understand that. I actually felt the same way in the beginning, but there's a reason why micarta is actually more expensive than G10. And the problem with camo carbons, I think, is they can tend to feel too light, and then you don't feel like you actually have a knife in your hand. But that's only some of the knives. You know, if there's a steel liner involved, it adds weight and such, so it doesn't get too light. Okay, just a second ago, I had 702 subscribers. Man, I must have pissed somebody off, because now I only have 701. What the hell? That's no good. Yeah. Better Made. I bought 3 tenable knives, and they have micarta, and I don't carry them because the scales and the liner locks on them are not compatible at all. You don't like liner locks? Well, you know, unfortunately, I'm sorry you actually, it took that many micarta knives to find out that you didn't like micarta. Of course, you know, here's the thing. I wouldn't get rid of them too soon, because, you know, tastes change. As you get more experience in the knives and get more knives in hand, you actually might end up liking micarta. Like I used to dislike PEI, and Ultim, you know, PEI / Ultim is essentially the same thing. Ultim being the brand name of the steel. I didn't like them until I actually won a PEI Canary, QSP Canary, and that changed my mind. I actually became a lover of Ultim PEI. I bought the tipper. I changed the scales to the aluminum scales, but the liner lock pinches my fingers, and it's smaller than I thought it was going to be, but I love the blade shape. Yeah, I'm not a big tipper blade shape lover, but you know, I wouldn't turn one away. That's for sure. But your liner lock can be adjusted. I'm sorry, it pinches your fingers. Yeah, I've had that mistake many times. I see a knife on YouTube, a YouTuber handling a knife, and I think, oh my God, that looks like the perfect size. And then I buy one and get it, and like, Jesus Christ, these YouTubers must have really small hands, or smaller hands than they advertised, because the knife actually looked huge in their hand, and when you get them, like, oh my God, it's small, and I don't have big hands. My hands are large, you know, the large size hand. I wear large size gloves, but I do like my knives bigger, but still, it's like this knife, this here, right here, Seaweed. I absolutely love this knife. It fits in all 4 fingers, but it's too narrow this way. This way. And if I'm not paying attention, it could spin in my hands. But I absolutely love this knife. I will never get rid of this knife. And thank God, Kaiser heard everybody, and they decided they come out with a Seaweed XL, which just came out. I have one coming. It will be delivered on Tuesday. And I have a review coming out on this soon. Oh, the Darkwing. The top liner lock. I love top liner locks. And I like how Assorted, their type liner locks, you can still undo the liner lock the old-fashioned way as well. So you got the button, and then you got access to the liner lock on the side of the knife, like here. That is cool. Really? Here's a penguin right here. Oh no, my bad. This is a Flissa. Here's a penguin. Now, sure, penguin could be bigger, but it's not too small. I do have a QS. Nope, sorry, a whatchamacallit, a Oloton's king penguin, which is a tad bigger than QSP's penguin. Look at the comparison, just a little bigger. And this is more, this is more of a Warncliffe. This is more of a sheep's foot, but and they're about similar in price. I think the king penguin's about $55. And they also have an emperor penguin, which is made out of more premium steels, or San Mai. They use magic San Mai magic, which is cool, right? And that adds beauty to it. Oh, you have the glide lock penguin? Yeah, I'm not a fan. Not a fan of the glide lock or axis lock or bar lock, crossbar lock. And this is a crossbar lock too, but this is snappy. It actually has a very good faux detent. Hey, anybody else in the chat? Or is it just me and Betamaid? I want to know. Yeah, I like sheepfoot blades, cleavers, tantos, any blade shape that is not, well, but see, here's the thing. All those blade shapes are normal. I'm looking for I know it's here, but I'll just demonstrate with this version. Look at that. Look at that Japanese tanto. I love this one because it's PEI. But this is a button lock, which I'm not a big fan of. The other one I have has also got a disc on it. And I don't see it. I know it's around here. Thumb disc. That's the term I'm looking for. Oh, that's funny. I know it's out. It's around here somewhere. Oh, it might be in the living room. Because I do like flipping that knife. Oh, here it is, right here. Here it is. Essentially the same knife I was just flipping, but it's got a thumb disc on it for better deployment. Look at that, it's San Mai. Nice Tonto tip. Oh yeah, it's actually it's spelt with an A. Damascus, and only one S. But close enough. But this is nice, and it's $100. And I want to do a scale change. Oh, well, what the? I want to swap the scales, see if they swap. Because this is my favorite now with the thumb disc. Because I don't care for back flipper only. So I want to swap the PEI over here, but this pivot screw is stripped. Couldn't get it off, so I'm going to drill off. I'm going to try to find me or get with North Mountain Blades to get me a new pivot screw. But anyways, that's enough about me. Let's go outside. I'm going to have a cigarette and then I'll sharpen this knife. Demonstrate sharpening with a fixed angle system. Oops. My camera was following me, so I got to turn off the terrain following radar. All right. I'm really into black knives with black blades. I think I'm going to buy my first DLC knife soon. You know, it's never too late. I'll show you my DLC Milton here when we get back in. All right, let me it's warm in this room, even though I got a fan going on me. Well, I want to take a sip of my whiskey first. Good thing I came back in because my cigarettes fell out of my pocket. But I love DLC knives. That Feeweed I just showed you with 80s camo carbon, that has DLC. And my new DLC, my new XL Feeweed XL has DLC. Yeah. What? Oh, that's the knife. No, yeah, I was in the garage. Yeah, cigarettes are bad for me. They're funny. I've been smoking for, I'm pretty sure, longer than you've been alive. Well, I have no idea. I've been smoking for 50 years. 52 years. And yeah, tried to quit many times. As you can see, it's been unsuccessful. I am trying to cut down though, and that's how I'm gonna quit. Yeah, you're 51, really. Yesterday, well, happy birthday, Betta Maid. Happy birthday. Belated. You quit for the last time 5 years ago. Gotcha. You know, there's nothing worse than a convert. I smoked the whole time I was in the Marines. Thank you for the birthday wish. You're welcome. How long were you in the Marines there, Betta Maid? I vaped for many years also. Yeah, and I don't see the point in vaping. It's like smoking a pipe. You don't get the heat, you just get the smoke. or you just get the vapor or whatever it is you're inhaling. I was active for 4 years. When were you in? I was Air Force, 9 years, from 80 to 89. I got out just before, a few months before the Berlin Wall came down. And I was stationed in Germany at the time. That would have been a party. When it got hard to breathe from walking upstairs, I decided it was time to quit smoking and vaping. Gotcha. It's actually probably more being in shape than not. When I was in shape and smoking, going upstairs was no problem. Now going upstairs is a muscular thing with me. Beaver Dunker. Welcome to the nest. Touche. Touche, Beaver Dunker. You were in the Corps from 94 to 98. Gotcha. Yeah, bet it made. It happens to the best of us. I've been in a pretty good shape my whole life. That shape was round. Or pear. Right now I'm a little pear-shaped, I think. Body hurts all the time, puts working office jobs. Since 98 doesn't help. Well, I've been a field service engineer or tech for the last 40 years. And I'll tell you, standing up on concrete all day, every day, it's not, with safety shoes, is not fun either. Right now I have a desk job, and I'm loving the desk job. Well, I'm not loving the job, but I'm loving working at a desk. Yeah, I get it. Yep. Round is a shape. Exactly. So we're all in shape. We just can't climb stairs or stand for too long. All right, let's go in and get this knife sharpened. Now the concepts of using a fixed angle sharpening equipment is the same as doing freehand. I highly recommend starting off in freehand so you can learn the basics. But my best recommendation is to start off with the best stones, no matter which way you want to start sharpening. Start off with the best stones that you can. And I recommend at least diamond stones or resin, which is just a version of diamond stones that exposes more diamonds as the resin wears. Worked for Dell for 16 years and plenty of other jobs before that. I worked for TSA for 5 years. Gotcha. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on this knife. Gotta cut this tag off. Can't stand tags on towels or t-shirts. Dang, you're gonna cut this tag off. It's microfiber cloth. All I need to do is get a cut started, and there we go. Yeah, it is. This is quite unusual. This is the second nighttime live stream that I've had that's been this slow. It's kind of weird. Last week's late night live stream was really slow. Well, you can tell it is very slow. I don't know how many people are in here or actually viewing. Let me see. We have 10 people in the chat room right now, or at least watching. Oh, 9. We only have 9 in the chat, or actually watching, but only 2 people talking, you and me. Go figure. Oh, Arizona EDC. Welcome to the nest. A beaver dunker. Well, it is almost midnight here. Well, yeah, but usually there's the, people that are late night people that, Kodiak Edge. How's it going? Welcome to the nest. What's in your pockets? I know a lot of regulars don't like the vertical live streams. And I don't care for them much myself. But you're retired now. Well, must be nice. I'm working until at least I'm at least 70, it seems. And hey, Gordon, good brother, 1940 64 case congressman, nice. And your custom made Scout Marbles replica. I don't know what a Scout Marbles is, let alone what the replica is. Oh, true. I can see that. It's always good to be painless, whether you're working or not. Retired and in a lot of pain. Enjoy the grandbabies now. That I don't have. I do not have grandkids. Well, I do. Sorry. My bad. I don't have any natural grandbabies. Okay, so let me check the angles on this. Marbles, knives, Gladstone, Michigan, the 1916 Scout fixed blade. Oh, gotcha. Nice. All right, let's adjust this. We're gonna sharpen this to 17 degrees. And it's 17 degrees on both sides. You gotta like that when a plan comes I have 12. Well, Wow, that's a lot of grandkids. All right, so I'm reprofiling this blade. I am sharpening it to 17 degrees. It's brand new out of the box. It has a factory edge on it. And this is, I think it's 14C. Yeah, 14C 28N. So this shouldn't take long at all. And this, like I said, is going to be a future giveaway knife, most likely, depending. I'll be giving this away when I get 1,000 subscribers. I bought 28 knives in 2 days, garage sailing for 240. Wow, that many people selling knives. You know, I've been to plenty of garage sales, but I've never seen a knife for sale. Are they mostly traditionals, Gordon? By the way, Kodiak Edge is Gordon. Were they folders or? Whole town garage sale days, over 125 homes, and it took 2 days to go through them. Got a few moderns. Gotcha. Nice. Were they in decent shape? Well, I mean, not just the moderns, but all of them? All the knives you bought? I got 4 or 5 knives from a YouTuber for $200. That can be a good deal or a bad deal. Hard to say, depending on the knives. 8 thought that was a you thought that was a great deal, good deal. Well, it depends on the knives there that are made. You know, depends on the knives. Cold steel tie light. Most are all really. Wow. So none of them were collectors, and most of them probably were gifted and didn't know what they had, I'm guessing. Carried Arizona EDC carried his Benchmade bailout, Naf's Lander 4 fixed blade, and Nice Guy Machine Company pry bar. Good carry, Arizona. Nice to see you in here. So like I said, with when you're reprofiling, it's good to start with a knife. Well, you should always start with a coarse stone, the coarsest stone you have. Your first stone is your most important stone when you're sharpening a knife. It is the stone that's going to set your apex. And I'm starting with a 140 grit Atoma, which is a very aggressive stone. Right The 1940 64 case Congressman is a highly collectible knife in great shape. Could sell it a collector for $400. Got it for $15. Nice. Yeah, they definitely didn't know what they had. That's for damn sure. Oops. Uh-oh. That's no good. And you always make sure you don't go over the edge, the point. I think I'm gonna be, it's gonna take a while to fix that. Betamade. I got a tack knife zipper 40 Kaiser Mini Paragon. That's impressive. $70. CGRB large pyrite 80. Boker Kalishnikov Night Vigilante for 30. Not familiar with that one. And from Knife Life EDC. Well, to me, it sounds like you got some good deals. You gotta tighten this down. I forgot to tighten it down. When you strop, also lift the blade up at the end so you don't roll over it. True that. Very good. And you don't want to, when you strop, you don't want to put excess pressure, but we're not quite there yet. I need to recheck the angles since the knife moved. 17.3. $17.1. 17.3. That's good enough. I could live with that. So here we go. Now with sharpening systems, how are you going over the knife with a tool? Are you going back and forth or in one direction? I'm going back and forth in both directions. There's no I find no benefit in going in one direction. And see, here I'm going in at an angle. See how the knife is going in and out, but it's also going down on the thing. So that makes the teeth on the blade at an angle. Which helps with the bite. And it keeps them uniform. See, if you go like this, you might accidentally go in one spot too long, where if I'm constantly doing this, I'm getting the whole edge equally. And I'm putting next to no pressure on it. I also got a Union Cutlery razor from 1920. The Brown brothers started the company and changed the name to K-Bar after World War II. Elizabeth Case is their mother, who married that last sentence, Gordon. Elizabeth Case is their mother who married their mother. Okay, father. Okay, thank you. I'm guessing Elizabeth Case of Case Knives. Just guessing, I don't know. Look at this. I already got a burn on this side. I'm pretty sure I got a burn on this side. Yes, I do. Nice. But I thought the knife was called a K-bar during World War II. Not absolutely sure about that. Just guessing. Well, just tickling those memories. All right. So I'm going to create a burr 2 more times. This is just plain ketchup. All right. That is great history about the K-bar. I used to have a K-bar while in the Marines, but my second ex-wife kept all my oh, that sucks. They're better made. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna, you don't have to do this between stones, but I'm doing some deburring strokes, some stropping strokes. They were losing their company before the Union Razor Company going bankrupt. So Emerson Brown designed the K-bar knife that saved the company with their military contract. Yeah, gotcha. Look at Gordon go. Dropping the knowledge. Oops. Need a little more work on this tip. So I'm gonna, and on this heel, because the bevel's a little small. Gotcha. K-bar. I wonder whose accent. I bet you they originally called it K-bear, and well, because of somebody's accent, it was misunderstood, and somebody thought it said K-bar, and that stuck. Just guessing. But be interesting. Make the story more interesting. In my playlist, you can watch the history of K-bar. Gotcha. Well, I, right now, know more about K-bars than I ever did know. Is that the reason behind your screen name, Kodiak Edge? Hey, Gordon, the whole time, with your name being Kodiak Edge, I thought you were from Alaska. I'm going to join your YouTube channel. I love history. Nice. There you go, Gordon. All right, I'm going to do one more round, and then I'll do start with the stropping strokes again. Okay, so here we go. Gordon can't, but I can. Hang on. Let me grab my mouse. There's a link to Gordon's YouTube page. Yeah, you're not clickable because it's not clickable because you're vertical. Because it's vertical, sorry. You're gonna have to write it down or something. Kodiak GMC pickups were only sold area Pacific and the Northwest Canada and Alaska. My owner's manual was in French. Nice. All right. Yeah, but are you on a phone or a computer? He's on a cell phone. Kodiak. Gordon. Yeah. He's on a cell phone. So the next stone I'm using is 240 grit, and that's F240, which is a European thing. I forget what it equates to, but it's around 300 grit, 400 grit, my understanding, but I'm not absolutely sure about that. I don't keep the chart in my head. Wyoming Ventures, Sheila, welcome to the Nest member. Oh, look at this. The later it gets, the more exciting it gets. Yeah, but all that being said, they're better made. That doesn't help you click on links. $17.1 works for me. Oh, Gonzo Wick, welcome to the nest. What's in your pockets? What are you carrying? I got to know. See that once you create the apex, the following stones doesn't take long. Doesn't take long at all. Like I already got a burr. That's 240. You got me saying that on my lives now. Nice. I hear hints of it in other people's lives too. There, Gordon. Whether they know I'm in the live stream or not. You know, it's funny. as much influence it looks like that I have on other people in their live streams and such. I just broke 700 subscribers today, and that was because of Big Red. Big Red got me the last 8, so now I'm well, actually I guess 9 now because I have 701. Is that a strap? No, it's another stone. This is a God, I can't remember what it's a Veneve stone. That's the name of the company. It's a I'm tired and I'm having a senior moment, but it's a I said what it was earlier. I just can't remember at the moment. Yeah, it is, Sheila. It is good news. I mean, that's the most batch of subscribers I got in a while. I gotta tell you. So I have 701. All right. Fantastic, Betty, man. I appreciate that. Make sure you watch a short or a video and make a comment, because YouTube likes to take away subscribers. At least that's what I'm told. I think people lose subscribers because of other reasons, because people are stupid and they don't realize that, you know, subscribing to somebody doesn't cost anything, but it means a lot to the person you're subscribing to, especially if they have a channel. So once I found out how important subscribers are to people, YouTubers, unless they really piss me off, I don't unsubscribe from anybody. Thank you, Sheila. That's at least 2 things we agree on. Oh, well, one thing, because I think you have a great channel as well, and I thoroughly enjoy watching your videos, Sheila. But you know, I definitely love watching your MRE videos. But I like your knife videos as well. Okay, I think I apexed this enough. Ron is a great knife community guy and has helped. Thank you, Sheila. Hey, I don't know if you heard me earlier, Sheila, but I had mentioned that earlier. Or actually, I might have mentioned it in Big Reds. Love you. Everybody that I've helped has surpassed me in subs. It is a good feeling and a not so good feeling. You know, it's great that somebody I helped is succeeding and doing great, but to see them pass me is kind of disconcerting. You know, it's not that I'm jealous or anything. It's just disconcerting. I don't know why I haven't yet, Sheila, but I just had to subscribe to your channel. Oh, very good, Kodiak, Gordon. Sheila's great. Her and her birds. Oh, Sheila, you never answered my question about budgies. Is a budgie a British, what the Brits call a parakeet, or is a budgie a type of parakeet or parrot that's different from a parakeet? So I figure you know more about birds, at least parrots, parakeets and such, than I do. All right, now I'm going to do some deburring passes. Yeah, Gordon is a man of many talents, we should say. Could say. You okay? Okay. Yeah. Sheila, Colleen says hi. She would get on, and she's not feeling very well right now. But she said hi and wanted to check in. Huh? Hang on. Hang on. That it made, Colleen pointed out that I missed the, you asked how long I've been on YouTube. I've been on, I've had a channel for, well, I've been doing live streams for almost a year and a half now. And that's when I really started. I mean, I posted a few shorts before then, and that them getting 500 plus views convinced me that I should start in this and actually make it a channel, a real channel. Oh, look at this. We're having a love fest now. Everybody's subscribing to everybody else. That's nice. And I'm subscribed to everybody, so I can't help anybody out that way. Well, my hands are kind of nasty. Wow. See if this open up large. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to get a grip on it. There we go. Oh. What a pain. Holy crap. I just opened a bottle. Oh, I just checked to see if my mic was. I just opened a bottle of Cholula for Colleen. I had to use a pair of pliers. Couldn't get a grip on it. All right, so we're done with this stone. Move on to 800 grit, F800. Well, you know, sometimes that's the best way to learn how better made is the hard way. Sorry about that, but you know, although the best way I think to learn is to learn from other people's mistakes. Yeah, it took me a minute to figure out that I can't stand flipper only knives. So the only flipper only knives I'm keeping are ones that are special to me in one way or another, whether it's the shape or. Cicero, welcome to the nest. What's in your pockets? Nest member. Every year, the one about every year, the one about the dyslexic atheist with insomnia. He stayed up all night wondering if there was truly a dog. I definitely have found out which knives I really like and don't. Me too. But although sometimes I gotta tell you, sometimes I get a knife that surprises the hell fuck out of me. Sorry, pardon French. And Cicero is carrying you Technic EFD tonight. That is one knife or knife company I will never buy from. Fair or unfair, reasonable or unreasonable, I can't stand what's his name, the owner of the company. And I know it's an unreasonable thing to hate a knife because you hate the owner, but owner designer, but that's the way it is. I mean, I do like his knives, at least looking at them, I don't know why I'm looking to the left here, and I forgot to turn my damn camera back on. There we go. And let me turn on terrain following. I have no idea. Yeah, you said I got 2 new watches to Ron, a Orient Bambino and a Seiko GMT diver. I'm not really sure what those are. That's kind of why the reason why I bypassed it. Sorry, I got 2 new watches to Ron, a Orient. You're right. Okay, I don't understand the significance. I don't know what an Orient Bambino is. A Seiko, I do. Diver, not familiar with the exact model, but I do love Seiko. Liangma, that's it. Yeah, and it all has to do with the whole Neves thing. I don't know, Cicero, if you're familiar with it. Gotcha. And I said that to you, Gordon. Gotcha. Okay. So I'm at 800. I could have probably bypassed 800, went to 1200, but what the hell? I got nothing but time. Still early. I'm not a YouTuber, but I have seriously been thinking about, well, you know, you got to pick a niche, though. And remember, unless you're just doing words, it can be expensive being a YouTuber. Yeah, me neither. I don't know a bunch about watches. Last watch I had was a smartwatch. I still got it somewhere. I gave up wearing them because I couldn't wear them at work. It just didn't work for me to wear a watch at work and not wear one at home. Not wear one at work and wear one at home. It just got me, kept on looking at my wrist at work to see what time it was. So I felt it was best to go without a watch, period. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I heard the best advice a watch collector can give is to tell somebody not to go into watch collecting, because it can get expensive. Thought about a canine fashion channel called Doggies. Nice one, Cicero. The other mate said, I wouldn't do it for the money. Good, because only only people that can get sponsors make money, serious money. I mean, MC, this is what he does for a living, is his YouTube channel. Gotcha. Well, I think joining the service will does make a serious change no matter which branch you join. Kind of changes your life, changes your perspectives. Some for the better, some for the worse. Me too. Me too, Better Made. Well, I don't know that I learned a lot from him, but I do find him entertaining. And he doesn't give himself enough credit about how much he knows about knives. I definitely watch his videos and his live streams because, you know, well, who doesn't want to try to win a MC giveaway? That's for sure. Okay. I'm going to go around 2 more times and then start doing some stropping passes. Wow, I'm tired. What knife is that, Ron? It is the Tack Knives Magnificent Beast. This is a future giveaway knife. I plan on, I think I'm gonna save this knife for 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Yes, sir, Cicero, exactly what it is. Yeah, I just actually opened this package before I started sharpening it. No hoopla, because I, you know, got a video on that on my Magnificent Beast. You're welcome. Sheila. Okay, now some stropping passes. Gordon, Kodiak Edge, I'm sure that I will. I still have a bunch of you will learn a lot from knives, been modding and making knives for 4 decades. Yeah, Gordon's a renowned know-it-all. That's right. It was the unnamed. All right. Time to clean out this stone and go to the last stone. Ah, no, I'm just no children got to share with it. Someone, and I'm just teasing there, Gordon. Just cleaning out the blade. Luke, I think I may have messed up that bell when I changed the pot clip. I think I either stripped the screw head or my yeah, most like it's the screw that blows. Can you get the screw out there, Better Maid? Kodiak and Ron like to rib each other just a little. Go to switch to 1200 grit. I hear you, Gordon. I got plenty of those. I'm just a big fan of big blades, you know, big knives, big folders. And if they can make a light big one like this one, I'm good. I'm all over it. And with the rock pattern G10 scales, oh man, grip for days. Oh, actually, let me verify. Yep. Not good enough. Let me turn that off. I was thinking I was going to go 3 hours today, but oh yes, I love my petrified fish beluga. Ha! I think I have my beluga sitting right here. No, I have the bunta sitting right here. I haven't tried to get the screw out yet. I'm going to look for a screw that might fit the hardware set I have from a different knife. There you go. Whoa. Okay. That was disconcerting. I have maybe a 3 or 4 inch folders like my Kaiser Sheepdog XL. Oh, I like the XL. I want to find one with a thumb hole or a thumb stud. I had a back flipper only, and I ended up giving that away because, like I said earlier, I'm not into flipper onlys. But I love the XL. I've had the beluga on the list for a minute. Need to snag one. Yeah, you do. There's no excuse there, Cicero. They're inexpensive. But I like the bunta as well. Holy crap, that's a collection, Kodiak. Just refining the edge. And I don't know if you can see that in this light. Maybe if I shine a flashlight on this, but that edge is getting shiny. See how it reflects the light? Yes, you do, Sheila. I can't work on it and fix it if I don't have it. But you know, your knife, your time frame. We're just gonna consider it a, you know, a favor for a friend. Welcome, Sheila. The Beluga and the Victors were my first two petrified fish. Ha! Me too. Well, I don't have a Victor, but I think I can't remember if it was the Beluga or the Bunta. I can't remember which one was first, and I actually first heard of it from 704 Gear on one of his deal live streams. It was after Black Friday and between Black Friday and Christmas, and I jumped on it and bought my first petrified fish knife, and I'm a big fan. Nice. Gordon, about the Beluga fixed blade. When I reply, I kind of like try to reference the question or the comment, because otherwise you guys don't know who I'm talking about or talking to or replying about. I find that disconcerting for some YouTubers. They'll read the chat and answer a question, but they won't tell you what the question was. They don't read it out loud, and I'm left wondering, what the fuck? What the hell are they talking about? And come to find out, it was something fucking, from 10 minutes ago. And so I have to go back in the chat to try to figure out what the fuck they're talking about. I hate that. So I try to reference the question, or at least reference the person who said it or asked, so everybody else in the chat can play too. I just got the mini Beluga last month. Oh, is it any good? First of all, Sheila, do you have both the mini and the regular Beluga? And if so, which one do you like better? If not, you need to get the regular size. Thank you, Sheila. Wyoming Adventures. Well, I figured there's only 6 of us here, so I don't have to be. Well, I guess it looks like 9 people are watching. There's only 4 of us talking. I guess I don't have to be too specific now. Yes, both Belugas, and I like the bigger one the best. Yeah, I figured. How What's the blade size on the Mini? Sheila. Wyoming Adventures. Ooh, I hate that when it happens. About 3 inches, yeah. Yeah, 3 inches is about the smallest a blade steel I'll go with. I try to. Sometimes, you know, you gotta go with the blade shape in the knife. I'm heading out, guys. This has been real amazing live stream. Definitely look forward to more from you guys. Okay, Betamate, look, my next live stream is at 2 p.m. Pacific time on Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern. I forget where you're from, what part of the country, but hopefully we'll see you next week. And thanks for coming in, and hit that thumbs up button on your way out if you haven't already. Haha. All right, let's start with the. Oh, actually, no, I want to verify that I got a good burr on both sides before I start strumming. I will be there at 4 p.m. Central. There you go. Okay. Good kid. Kid. He's 51 years old. But, you know, you get my sentiment. I'm going to call this quits as soon as I finish with this knife, which is coming to a close soon. Because my eyes are tired. I didn't get a little. I like to try when I have these late night streams. I try to have a nap sometime in the afternoon or evening. Because normally I'm up this late, but you know, when you're up this late and you're having tomorrow I'm there. Well, later today. True that. At least for you guys. It's not midnight yet here. But we'll see you in the live streams tomorrow. Don't forget, Zach is on at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. As well as T-Cal at Dark Early. I could have sharpened 20 knives already, Ron. Yeah, the thing about it is when you're doing it during a live stream and you're talking as much as I am, it's hard to. Normally, I could have done 3 knives, at least 3 knives in this amount of time. And by hand, by the way. All right, so, you know, give me a little more lube, and then we'll do some stropping passes, and then we'll actually put a strop to this. You can find others in the comments on videos too. Wait, I could have I'm tired from having company all week. I hear you. That could be exhausting, can it? Now I use the bench sander. You can find others in the comments on videos too. You can find others what? Sheila? When I make knives, I have no time for stones. Gotcha. Well, you know, I have a, sorry, Gordon, and I don't mean any disrespect, but I do not hold the sharpening skills of knife makers all that high. Yeah, exactly. And or you know, there are, you know, I constantly want your attention. You know what they say, house guests and fish are quite alike. They start to stink after 3 days. I think, I'm not absolutely sure, but I think that's a Benjamin Franklin quote. One more pass around. I clean off the blade, the stone, and put my leather strap on, and we'll see. When that knife was first sharpened, it was on a belt sander. Would you notice? Yes, of course. And I don't hold belt sharpening in high degree either. Unless, you know, Paul Mills. How the hell are you? Welcome to the nest. What's in your pockets? What are you carrying? Boy, I'm starting to get a little hungry though. A little peckish. I think I might have to have some ramen. Unless Colleen's got something hidden out there waiting for me. But all right, let me put this stone up. Clean off this blade. And since my 0.5 is strop is toast, I still need to cut leather for it. I'm going to use this 4 micron. But as you know, to get a polished edge, you need more than 600 grit. Well, here's the thing. I just sharpened with a F1200 grit, so there. So I'm hearing myself, and I'm actually finishing my own. That was a little disconcerting. I was answering. I've been sharpening knives for probably about 20 years now. Just my own knives. 10 freehand and 10 fixed angle. And I'm still picking up shit, tips and pointers from Outdoor 55 and Neves. I have to tell the story again. I know y'all heard it before, but I think it's fucking hilarious. I was driving home from work, and I stumbled across Neves doing a live stream, you know, a members only live stream. He was doing sharpening, right? And I wanted to ask him a question. So you have to pick the right time to ask, and it helps doing a super chat to get his attention, but only if he's looking at his phone. If he's not looking at his phone, he'll miss super chats as well. So I asked at the right time. He reads the question out loud, and the question was something about I'm having a problem getting my knives paper towel sharp. What can I do? And his wife, quick. It was a quick response. She responded with, "Get better paper towels." I almost drove off the fucking freeway. I started laughing so hard. That was hilarious. That was freaking great. And then Neves gave me the perfect, and I can't remember what the advice was. It's been a couple years, but he gave me the perfect advice that I needed to get my knives paper towel cutty sharp. And now that's my basis. That's how I test all my knives. Made almond brownies. Wait. Let's back up. I missed some of the chat when I'm telling my story. I can say that when you get a knife from Ron, it's super sharp. Well, thank you, Sheila. I think I already did that. Hi, Paul Mills. Nothing right now except for a spoon, eating some chili. Nice. That's a nice midnight snack, Paul. I wish I had some chili to eat. Actually, I'm overdue for making a batch. I make some killer chili, buddy. I make some great chili. Colleen doesn't care for it too much because I use, in her opinion, I use too much chili powder and too much cumin. But people love my chili. Paul Mills, Wyoming Adventures. I can't say I got the best chili, although it seems to be the best for me. Hey, Gordon. Okay, that's Paul Mills. I made almond, this is what caught my attention. I made almond brownies, Chinese almond cookies, and almond macaroon cookies. Jesus, would you get some surplus almonds? Bam. I mean, sharp now when Ron sharps a knife. Sounds good, Gordon. Almond cookies sound good. I love brownies with nuts. I just love brownies with nuts. This is one of the best sharpening systems you have there. Yes, it is. It is also one of the most expensive. I want a KO4. I can't afford a KO4. I'd have to sell this KO3 for almost as much as I bought it, and probably sell a quarter of my knives so I can get a KO4. And so that's not going to happen. Better paper towels. Yeah, exactly. I fucking, oh, damn. You see, I don't know if you can see this, but you know, I'm half Asian and I have very slitty eyes. And so, you know, you can barely see my eyeballs normally looking at me. You get me? If I smile or laugh, I can't see. I just can't see. And so if I'm laughing while driving, that could be dangerous, especially if I'm not on a straight. If I'm on a curve, watch out. Louie dog. So now, what progression do you normally do to get a knives, paper towel sharp? I use Veneve stones and can't seem to get it there. When you go to finishing strop. Okay, so I start with a 140 grit Atoma because normally I'm reprofiling a knife. So I used to go from 140 to 400, F400, because I use Veneves. I used to go to F400, but my F400 I wore out. I don't know if you can see that. See that right there? I wore through the layer. So I can't afford to get new Veneves right now. So I just went back down. So I do F240. Then I do F800. Then F1200. And then I strop. Well, I used to strop with a 0.5 micron strop with stroppy stuff. But my 0.5 micron strop has been chewed up a little bit much, see? So this is about useless. So now I am about to strop with a 4 micron strop. And then after maybe 10 swipes on, well, 5 per side ish, no hard number, and I believe I am done. Oh, that's toothy. That's a toothy bitch. Let me take this off. I'm going to remove my stone, my strap. I'm going to go ahead and remove my bar here because I'm going to put my knife away, my TS Prof away. So mainly what I do is each progression in stone. Now I got to tell you, I used to work through all the grits until watching an Outdoor 55, and he said, somebody asked him, what's the biggest grit jumps that you can go between stones? And he said, I wouldn't go greater than 1,000. 1,000. So I'm thinking, holy crap, that means I'm wasting time on stones. On stones I don't need to, right? All right, we might not be here by the time you get back, Gordon, but be quick about it. Anyways, strikes, do you raise or lower the edge? I'm not sure what you mean by that. 5 minutes, okay. I'll actually, you know what I'll do? Well, I'll take the chat with me. Okay, I'll take the chat with me. I'm gonna go out and smoke. I have no idea who that was. I had somebody's live stream, man. Okay, let me find my live stream. All right, there we are. And I'll take you outside with me and go smoke. Smoke them if you got them. You betcha. I actually kind of learned to hate those words in the Air Force basic training. Because I always got them. Other people's didn't. And I know what it's like being a smoker and not having a cigarette. So I always vow to myself, if I have a cigarette and somebody needs one, as long as I'm not giving out my last cigarette and I can foreseeably get more cigarettes, I will share. So I was constantly giving out cigarettes. We'd be doing some kind of marching practice or whatever. We'd have our TI training instructor would give us a break, and we'd stand in the smoking section, smoking area. And of course, I'm the only one that remembered to bring cigarettes because I knew how to hide them. So, I wouldn't get a bulge or get in trouble for being out of uniform, whatever. Anyways, yeah. So, smoke them if you got them. That was kind of bad. Let's see. Oops. All right, let me catch up on the chat. Let me right back. Let's see. Strikes, do you raise or lower the edge? I don't know what you meant by that, Louis. Kind of reminds me of rock tumbling around with the grits. Yeah, exactly. Sheila, it's no different, but you don't have to go through all the grits because you're just wasting time. So what you do, your first grit is your most important because you need to set your apex. Once you set your apex, a point can't get any pointier. It's gonna just be a point, right? And so that's what you're doing with your first stone. And you want to start with the lowest grit that you can that you have. Me, I start with either the 140 Otoma or 240 Veneve. Once you get the apex, what the apex means is you have a fucking point, right? You have a point. It's not going to get any pointier, as I just said. It's not going to get any pointier. Okay? Now, but because you used a coarse grit, you have these deep scratches, right? So now what you got to do is you got to refine that. You got to refine that edge. You need to make those scratches smaller. So your next stone, you take out the previous stone's scratches. Now the scratches are finer. And then you go to the next grit. And now your scratches are even finer still. You can get away with just using 2 stones and a strop, but I like to go 3. But you got to be careful depending on the steel. You don't want to go too high in grits. And I'm totally ignoring the chat because my eyes are closed as I'm telling the story because I'm visually watching myself sharpen. So people make sharpening knives too complicated. And sharpeners are worse at that. So all you need to do is get rid of the lines that you just created and go with smaller lines. Now, you have to be careful depending on the steel. If it's a softer steel, you have to stop with a coarser grit. And the reason being is because you want to leave scratches. The problem with mirror sharp knives is unless it's a super steel, you'll have a really fucking sharp knife, but you'll have a really fucking sharp knife that can't cut shit. You can push cut because it's a razor sharp, you know, you can push cut, but the drag cut, you need the teeth to grab onto the material to separate it. So it acts like serrations. That's the whole thing about paper towel cutty sharp. You get rid of the fucking, you get rid of the bite, you can't cut paper towel. Period. So you need to have some bite. Now you have too much bite, then you're going to be shredding that paper towel. It's going to be catching on the edge, so it starts to rip. So you need to have a balance between the two. And once we get back inside, since I did all the stropping, since I did all the stropping, and there you go. That's fine. That might be a bit low there, Sheila, starting with the 6090. And the reason being is unless you're reprofiling, you don't have to go that low, but it makes for a quick, if you're not reprofiling and you start with a grit that low, you reach apex faster. So according to like Outdoor 55, and I proved he is correct by practicing. See, after 6090, you can go all the way up to 1,000 right there. You can go from 69 to 1,000, but that might be a little too fine because it will take longer to get rid of the scratches from the 8090. So I like to go in between, and 500 would be good after that. If you're using American 250, then 500. That sounds good. Is it? You stop at 500, Sheila? Oh, I see. You're talking about rocks. Ha. Well, it's the same thing, though. I'm sorry, Sheila. You know, I forgot that you were talking about rocks, and I'm talking about sharpening, but it's the same thing. See, now if your rocks, if you actually went to a finer grit, they'd actually be shinier. And you don't have to worry about bite. But yeah, Sheila, you can take that, your knowledge about you polishing rocks, and it directly translates to sharpening. Except for, like I said, you don't have to worry about bite. Hey, baby. What? I can't hear you. Yeah, no, you missed that. What? Hey, Gordon. Yeah, so I'm back too. We're almost back. I'm almost out of... I have like a tiny sip of bourbon left, which is nice, which works out fantastically. Let me put this knife down. I'm putting my phone down now. I'm going to take my microfiber cloth away, and let me put this aside. Now I got to be careful now because my chair is on glass, and I don't want to drop my sharpener on the glass because it'll just shatter it, and that would be no bueno. Let me put this thing back. So I should have just gone 3 stones, but I went 4. So it took a little longer than I would have liked. but I'm going to clean off the blade. I'm going to use a little Windex. Okay, so let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. All right, now I'm going to take my ceramic stone and just a couple light passes to make sure I got rid of the burr. I feel a little rough spot, so we'll see. I might have to take it back to the strops, which I won't do tonight. But here we go. Now I'm going to change views again here, and for some reason my software, okay. All right. Wow. For some reason, that's not responding. All right. Okay, that's good enough. And all right, and let's go a little more. All right, now you can see this. So it's catching a little bit. Exactly where I said I was feeling a little much burr. So let me try to reburr this. Sorry, my chat. There we go. I use ceramic for polishing to help cushion it. Yeah, okay. See that? All right, now I still have a little bit of a burr left. So I'm going to another couple more passes. Oop, I ripped it. My bad. That was me. Look at that. And I'm just running out of table. But see that? Little S. Boom. This is ready for giveaway. And look at this edge. Oh, let me switch cameras again. No, it took 3 times longer than it needed to, but that's because I'm doing it live. I have trouble finding the right paper for, it doesn't matter. I use either, these are Bounty. The only reason why I like using the Bounty is it's just easier to deal with. But the Costco Kirtland or Walmart Great Buy brand, doesn't matter. No, I only give away knives. Do I do at 17 degrees per side? My knives that I do for myself, I do at 14. Unless it's going to be a real working knife, as if it's going to be a hard use knife, then I'll go 20. I have a gas station knife, and I keep on mentioning it, and I keep on forgetting to try to find it. But I have a gas station knife that I sharpen to 20 degrees per side, and I can still cut. I'm surprised the hell out of me, but I can cut paper towel with that frickin' blade. And it was, I think the blade steel was 420. Sharpen to 20 degrees per side, and I can cut paper towel. You gotta knock me over with a feather. You bought a coral reef necklace last night. Nice. Those are pretty. $420. I think the blade just said 420, period. It was definitely a gas station kind of knife. I think it was a Mech-Tech. I bought it. No, it was a knife in one of those, you pay X amount of money per month and you get X amount of crap. And this was a crap. It was $60 for the kit, and I got a knife, a crappy flashlight, crappy, crap. I see. Yeah, I don't know about, like I said, I don't know about the HC, but it was 420. And I'll tell you, it surprised the hell out of me. My son, I gave a very similar knife to. I sharpened that at 420. He loves that knife. It's assisted. He loves that knife. He likes using it for tough stuff that he cuts up. I also gave him a Kaiser Gemini, and that's his fancy knife that he likes. He wasn't into knives at all, but I gave it to him for Christmas. And he's sometime in the live stream. Yeah, I think his handle is Big Bird. My bucklight stays sharp for a long time. I can dress out a whole elk before it needs a touch up. Nice. I don't know what that really entails. Dressing on an elk. I wouldn't. There would be no way in hell that you would see me doing that. Oh, that's what the HC stands for. High carbon. Gotcha. No, this was 420 stainless, I think. But you can't quote me on it because I'm not absolutely sure because I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen that knife. I was gonna give it away, but I decided to keep it. Maybe I didn't. Let me see. Oh. Is this it? Oh yeah, I think this is it. My bad. It wasn't even 420. It's just stainless steel. Let me see. I think this is the one. Whoa. Goddamn chair. Yeah, this isn't the knife. Although this is very bitey. No, this isn't a knife. Or maybe I need better paper towel. I dressed an elk with many. I dressed out many elks, antelopes, and moose in my day. Wow, that's something there, Sheila. I bought my 119 when I was 12, and I'm 49 now. Nice. My aunt is the Wyoming legend, tumbleweed taxidermy in Douglas, Wyoming. Oh, worked a lot with her. Gotcha. Oh, this might be it. See that? See that? I mean, it's not fantastic at cutting paper towel, but so you guys are all witnesses. Stainless steel knife, sharpened at 20 degree per side. Look how big that bevel is. Now, I probably ate up the edge. Look at that, see that? I just had to take 2 strokes on each side with my ceramic rod. But the fact that they can even do that is just amazing. Fantastic. I need to sharpen the other knife the same way. Because these are going to be kind of a toss in on a giveaway. I'll retouch them up before, obviously. But look at that. EvaTac. Yeah. Assisted. Well, it was on the Johnny Carson show in 72 with a jackalope. Seriously? I'll tell you, the first time I saw a jackalope was in a bar my dad took me to have a cheeseburger. It was one of the best cheeseburgers I've ever had in my life up until that point. And they had a jackalope, a stuffed jackalope in front of above the door going on the way to the bathrooms. And I asked my dad if I never heard of a jackalope before. And my dad said, well, there you go. You see one there. They're real. Nice. Kodiak. Nice. What's 62, 60? Oh, I think I read somewhere that Buck was running their magnet cut at 63 or 64 HRC now. Or actually 62 to 64. Gotcha. Wow. That's some HR. That's, for magnet cut, that would be frickin' fantastic. But I'd have to have that tested because, yeah, just for bragging rights, for God's sake. So this knife is now ready for giveaway. Put this away, put it in my giveaway box. So I'm gonna plan on having a big giveaway at 1,000. I'm not gonna be like Barbie and just start advertising it, you know, saying, oh, sweet giveaway at 1,000, blah, 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 and I'm 6 months away. Nope. But I am at 800 subscribers. I'm going to start making it known that I'm going to I am starting to collect knives for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway in the hopes that I get some donations. And we'll try to make it a super spectacular giveaway. And I'm at 700 subscribers now. Let me see. Did I get any more? Nope. No new subscribers. Yeah. Started this live stream with 701. I'm going to end this live stream with 701. All right, folks. I think, wow, I went to 40 minutes longer than I thought I was going to. Why, Sheila? Lou Dog. Paul, would you be interested in a black DLC Rex 121 PM2? I ordered 2 on accident and will sell it to you at cost plus shipping. Gee. Wow. I wish I could afford it. I'd buy it. I would love to own a knife with Rex 121. And why does that? Well, I guess the DLC is just for looks, because Rex 121 is supposed to be extremely stain resistant, isn't it? Stainless steel. But I'm not sure if I remember. Okay, Ron, see you Sunday night at my bonfire at 9 p.m. I'll try to make it. But 9 p.m. is about the time. Oh, that's right. I was going to say 9 p.m. is about the time I start to try to wind down and go to bed. But are you Central Time or Eastern Time, Kodiak? Gordon? Good night, Sheila. See you tomorrow in the lives. Maybe in TCALs. Central Time, gotcha. It's a 2 hours difference, so 9 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Yeah, it might be, I'll push, but I'll see if I can make it. All right, everybody. Oh, I am not, camera is not pointed at me. There we go. All right. Boom. All right, peoples, you all have a good night. Keep your wood sharp. Your blades sharp and your wood hard. Nighty night. Peace out.